All right, if you're a PhD student, you are right at the cutting edge of discovery. But let's be honest, is your training actually keeping up with a world that's being totally reshaped by AI? Today, we are going to build the PhD skill set for 2030, so you can do more than just survive, you can lead the charge.
Seriously, take a second and think about this question. I mean, just a few years back, mastering one specific lab technique was your golden ticket. But today, that same technique might be completely automated. The ground is literally shifting under our feet. So are you building your career on solid rock or on shifting sand?
The way we do research, the very nature of discovery, is changing. Now, this isn't a crisis, not at all. It's actually a call to get strategic. So right now, we're about to lay out a brand new blueprint for a PhD skill set that's not just relevant, it's going to be revolutionary.
Every great structure has to start with a solid foundation, right? So let's kick things off by figuring out which skills are the essential bedrock of your career and which ones are kind of becoming more like temporary scaffolding. Okay, this slide really gets to the heart of it. Over on the left, you've got the bedrock skills, the timeless stuff, like rigorous data checking and analysis. But look to the right, the scaffolding skills. These are the things that technology is quickly making obsolete. Things like grammar checks, slide design, basic coding. AI is getting incredibly good at this stuff.
So why is this shift happening? Well, it's not because grammar or making good slides suddenly don't matter. Of course they do. It's that powerful AI and automation tools can now handle these repetitive, process-heavy tasks for us. And honestly, this is fantastic news. It frees up your most valuable asset, your brain, for the deep, creative, critical work that only a human can do.
Okay, let's move up to the next level of our blueprint. If those steady skills are the foundation, these next ones, well, these are the strong load-bearing pillars that are going to support your entire career.
Now this is the new core of what it means to be excellent in research. These are the skills that separate the good from the truly great. Creative thinking, resilience, leadership. Ask yourself, is my PhD program actively teaching me this stuff? These are profoundly human skills, and they are your real competitive advantage.
It's easy to see a list like that and just nod along. Yep, resilience, got it. But let's actually break one down. In a world completely obsessed with data and results, what does a so-called soft skill like resilience actually look like in the lab day to day?
Here's what it really is. Resilience is your ability to handle the 99 experiments that fail before you get to the one that works. It's about taking that harsh feedback from a peer review not as a personal attack, but as useful data to make your work better. It's the engine that just keeps you going when you are way out there exploring the unknown. It is absolutely non-negotiable.
All right, we've got our foundation, we've got our pillars. Now it's time to build the very top of our structure, the apex. These are the emerging skills that are going to give you a huge competitive edge and really set you apart as a leader on the frontier of your field.
These right here, these are the skills of the future. AI literacy, ethics, science communication, entrepreneurship, and thinking across different disciplines. This is the stuff that will allow you to not just do research, but to actually define where your entire field is headed.
Okay, again, let's make this real. Interdisciplinary thinking sounds awesome, right? But how in the world do you practice that when you're buried deep in your own very specific research niche? Simply put, it's about actively tearing down the walls between departments. It means you're reading papers outside your immediate field. It's you, a biologist, talking to a sociologist about your data, or applying a concept from economics to solve an engineering problem. This is where the real, game-changing innovation happens, right at the intersection of ideas.
Okay, we've looked at all the different parts. Now, let's put it all together. Let's see what our final blueprint for a future-proof PhD skill stack actually looks like. And here it is, the PhD skill pyramid. It all starts with that solid foundation of timeless academic skills. Then, on top of that, you build the essential human pillars, things like resilience and collaboration. And finally, you crown the whole thing with the apex skills, those forward-looking abilities that are going to define the next generation of research leaders.
So look, this is not just some abstract model. It's a mirror. Use this pyramid to look at yourself. Where are you already strong? And more importantly, where are the exciting opportunities for you to grow into the researcher you really want to be? And that, right there, brings us to the final and most important question. Look at this blueprint one more time. Foundation, pillars, apex. Be really honest with yourself. Where's your biggest opportunity for growth?
Which one of these skills are you going to make a conscious decision to start building today?